Hey guys, welcome to Every Little Promise, where we pause to listen to the voice of God's love. You are here with Mooney, guys, and today I am here to stand for and represent the love, the light, and the truth. Alright, guys, so listen. I have a message that literally flowed from my heart last night. I had some things that some notes that I took down and some thoughts that I had to share with you guys. And I mean, like, I started typing and I was just typing, and everything was just like flowing out of me like water. So I've decided to share this with you guys instead of the what I was initially planning on sharing. All right, so the only thing is that I wrote everything, guys, but I type it up and I have it on my computer, so I have to read it. So my eyes is going to be focusing on the computer. All right, so let's go. All right, so it says, when God heals you from worries, be still even when life feels uncertain. All right, so I said, have you ever noticed how hard it is to be still? For the past few days, I've been sitting with worry, and honestly, it hasn't been easy. There has been so much transformation in my life, so many shifts over the years, over the months, that it feels like every time one cycle ends, another one begins. And sometimes I find myself wondering, Lord, is what I'm holding onto real, right? Is the vision that I have, the promise that I'm holding on to that God shows me, the things that I'm working towards, are these things real? Because it just feels as if it's always a cycle, it's always something. It's like when I feel as if, okay, I am close to the door and I'm going through, bam, here come another cycle, bam, here come another thing. Okay, or is it just a figment of my imagination? Am I just imagining this? Am I just imagining these things, or am I gonna see this come to reality one day? Will I ever make it through this season of my life? I question, I wonder, and yes, sometimes I even drown myself in tears. Literally, guys. But then I remember the still quiet voice that arises inside my spirit. I remember the miracles, the ones I know I had no control over. I remember the favor, the grace, the gentle smile, the open doors. To some people, it might look like that's just life, or that's just luck, right? So some people, the miracles that I experience, that I see as God, someone may just say, oh, that's just life, these things happen, or it's just luck, But for me, I see the hands of God moving in the hearts of others on my behalf, so pretty much I'm saying, despite everything that I may experience, the setbacks, the delays, the different cycles, when I reflect and when I remember the goodness of God, and I see the things that I see, the experiences that I have with him, I can't just look at it and say, oh, it's just luck, or it's just another thing, but in these things, I see God. In these things, I see the presence of God. I see God working. I see God moving for me. Right? Yes. So, story. Yesterday, fear crept in. I look around and I saw things not moving in the direction I expected, and it shocked me. Right? Guys, I've been dealing with so much things, so many different transformation, and honestly, the major thing that I'm dealing right now, guys, is just out of my own stupidity. I'm being honest, out of my own stupidity. but I see it for what it is. And in order for me to be better, I have to accept it for what it is. And, keep moving, and hope and pray that the mistakes that I make, even though it's a setback, it won't stop me from reaching to the goal, the main goal, so yes, yesterday fear crept in. I look around and I saw things not moving in the direction I expected, and it shocked me. It actually pushed me to act. All right, so I look around and I see things in the state that it's in, guys, and I'm like, how am I gonna fix this, Lord? What am I gonna do? What are the options? Right? I know right now I'm a little bit limited, guys, with resources, and being able to put myself in certain position to get things going. So because of stupid mistakes, pretty much just have me at a standstill for the moment, right? So I'm saying it actually pushed me. When I look and I see where I'm at, it actually pushed me to act in ways that were outside of my character. All right, so it pushed me to act in ways that's outside of my character. I had to stop and say, Monique, this is not you. I created a GoFundMe page. I reached out to family and friends. I shared where I am and I asked for help, financial help, to help stabilize myself and to get myself back on my feet. To get myself back on my feet, and I did it without great expectations. So I'm saying, like I asked, I created a letter and I sent it out to my friends and to my family and to associates, people that I know. Guys, this is so unlike me. Like, I am not an asker. If I come to you and I ask you, like, yo, you are like blessed, because I am not a big asker. I like to give to people, and I'm learning. Like, God is literally teaching me how to receive, how to open up my heart and to receive, because God said the same measures that you meet, what you give is going to come back to you. So if I'm willing to give, I have to also be willing to receive, so I am in a season now where, I am learning how to, receive, and in uncomfortable position, guys. Like finances is not my thing to just go and just ask some random person, for financial help. I have to hold you at a high standard for me to come to you and ask you, pretty much. So, all right, so where was I? And I did it without great expectation. So I asked, but not with the expectation that, oh, everyone is just going to do it. Like, I figured, okay, you know what? Everyone has their challenges. Everyone is somewhere dealing with their own personal life. I'm asking, but I'm just going to ask. I'm not expecting for people to get up and say, okay, here it is, I can help you. So I did it, without great expectation. Because I know everyone, as I said, is carrying something heavy in their own life. But what surprised me most was me. In doing that yesterday, guys, it surprised me. The old version of Monique would have never done something like that. Maybe in small circles. Like I said, maybe in small circles, like, cousins or whatever, aunts, but not people that that I'm not comfortable with like that. So the old version of Monique would have never done something like that. Maybe in small circles, but not publicly. And I had to pause and pat myself on the shoulder because I could see my growth. What I am saying is this. Life comes with many challenges. And as much as I love the Lord and I strive to walk in His words, there are moments when I break down, but His love always guides me back home. Back to the place of stillness, back to reflection, back to His promise. And in this season, this is the word I'm holding on to. all things are working together for my good. Even when it looks scary, even when it feels scary, even when it sounds scary. And in the middle of all this fear, I believe God is creating us. And in the middle of all this fear, I believe God is cheering us on. Right? So life comes with its challenges. Sometimes you're put in positions that, it's scary. But majority of those times are when you're closest to your goals, when you're closest to the mark. And I believe that it's within these seasons, that God, the universe, his angels are cheering us on to keep going. It's hard, just like giving birth. It's hard. You feel the pain, you feel the pressure, you feel the worry, you feel the stress. But God is saying, keep going, cheering us on to keep going. Keep going, keep pushing. You're almost there. I've always gone before you and prepared the way. Right? So God always goes before us and prepare the way for us. Just believe and just keep moving forward. Alrighty guys, so as I said, I was preparing to come on here and to share a message, but this was just like pouring out of me. It is real. It literally came from my heart. I was just like typing and I just couldn't stop flowing. So everything that I just read just now, guys, this is just where I'm at. And I'm like, hey, why not share this? Maybe there's someone that's, going through a season. Sometimes as believers, we feel as if, okay, it's my, like, I have to have faith. We play so tough and we play so hard. And when we find ourselves at that place where we get weak or when we break, we probably beat up on ourselves because we feel as if, okay, I should be stronger than this. But I don't believe that is God's will for us. And everything, life is going to come. Challenges are going to come. You understand me? And as parents, I look at it this way. As parents, when our kids, break or when they fall or when something goes wrong with them, when, as a loving, kind, gentle parent, you're not going to go abuse your kids and say, oh, you should have done better, blah, blah, blah. You're going to try to comfort them and you're going to try to remind them that, hey, it's okay. Keep going, keep pushing, keep being the best at what, you're doing, and you'll get better. So, as I'm telling myself, I need to close the door. As I'm telling myself this, right, I just want to remind someone that it is okay, right? Your best is still ahead of you. God has not forsaken you. And even in your weakness, he promised that he will make you strong. Alright guys, so I hope that this word touched someone today. It may be a little bit different than what I normally do, I don't know, but this is what I just felt led to share. Alright, so here I am. Until next time guys, be blessed, have a little promise. And also please guys, support my channel by liking, dropping a comment down below. You can share it with a friend and just spread the love. Until next time, peace.